NBC10 News starts now.
Tonight at 11. Tennis ball-sized hail and a possible tornado.
The trailer that's lying in our driveway is one of our neighbors.
Whipping winds and pounding rain.
They sound like a jet plane coming.
Tonight, NBC10 is surveying the damage after a powerful storm left behind a mess as we begin the holiday weekend.
Good evening, I'm Jim Rosenfield.
And I'm Jacqueline London. A husband and wife are hurt after those storms spawned a possible tornado in Delaware. The injuries happened in Marydale, Kent County. Further east, a possible tornado damaged more than a dozen homes in Camden, Wyoming. This is outside of Dover. At least one barn was destroyed. We're told all of the animals got out safely. Several trees here snapped and flew into power lines. The storm left about a 1.5 mile long stretch of damage in its wake. Powerful winds tossed part of one mobile home across the street right into Amber Kopp's driveway.
You could see the path of the actual tornado or whatever from our house. Like the trailer that's lying in our driveway is one of our neighbors. Some columns on our porch, it's probably pretty unstable at this point, and some of our sheds and stuff are completely gone.
The National Weather Service will survey the damage tomorrow to determine if this actually was a tornado.
Now to the hail damage. We have live NBC 10 First Alert team coverage tonight out in our hardest hit communities as we track what's left of the storm. We begin in Berks County, where hail crashed through the roof at the Berkshire Mall in Wyomissing, sending shoppers running for cover today. And outside, hail pelted cars and left big dents and even shattered windows here. Luann Kahn is there live tonight, where dozens of hail damaged cars still wait to be towed tonight. Luann?
Can you imagine dodging hail and glass inside the mall and then coming out to the parking lot and finding your car looking like this, so damaged you can't even drive it? That's what happened to this woman and dozens of others.
In my 40 years, I've never seen or heard anything like this in my life.
Egg-sized hail pummeled the Berkshire Mall just after 3. That's when Pamela McCain heard crashing glass. What did everyone do when it
started? Everybody was like running and trying to get away, get out the way because it's glass.
The ceilings just flew in. It was mostly just all the skylights.
There's a lot of frantic people.
One of our viewers, Bernadette Marco, took these pictures in the mall just after it happened. When the storm passed, the mall was evacuated and closed. Shoppers and workers came out to the parking lot to discover windshields smashed, cars dinged like someone took a hammer to them, and 1.5 inches of hail. It looked like someone dumped an ice machine in the parking lot. So much it had to be plowed.
And I tried to drive it home, but with the windshield, it just looked like it might crack further, so I pulled over.
I didn't expect, all the little dents and stuff and my speakers to be completely out and my backlights.
No one was hurt, but it brought some close to tears. It's her husband's car.
He loves this car, and it's not a good thing.
No, it's not. And again, a lot of the cars still in the parking lot. The mall is running security to make sure they're okay until the owners can get them. The mall says they expect to reopen in the morning. Live in Wyomissing, Luann Kahn, NBC 10 News.
You can see and hear that hail pounding on cars and even trees in Concordville, Delaware County. The violent hailstorm was videotaped from the windows of the LaFrance Corporation.
And homes also took a beating from the oversized hail in Newcastle County. Neighbors in Claymont say they've never seen anything like this. NBC 10's George Spencer talked to some of those residents whose homes were damaged. And George, an afternoon I imagine they won't forget soon.
Yeah, Jim, they will remember this. One man on this block told me he could actually see the wall of hail as it moved up this street, and then moments later, everything was white. With the hail pelting down, this backyard pool looked like a boiling pot of water on the stove. The chunks of heavy ice pummeled homes and windows. This was your storm window?
This was my storm window, yes.
Of Claymont residents like Lou Sermonaro and his next-door neighbor, Brian Dennis. This looks like snow.
I know, it's incredible, man.
Dennis was left with piles of ice alongside his house.
Real high air pressure, and then boom, it was like a wall of white. You couldn't even see out my front door.
That wall of white littered the street with leaves and left brand new cars dimpled with dents. Homeowners say they could actually feel the hail falling, rattling the ground, and the sound of it they won't forget.
It's pretty much like how you would expect a blender if you had your ear right up to it, because you couldn't hear anything.
I was just sitting in my room, right, and I heard like this sound. It was like a train, you know, like a jet plane.
Even the historic Darley House on Philadelphia Pike was damaged, left with broken windows and pockmarked siding. Tonight on other homes, plastic tarps are all that separate residents from the night sky.
I'm 53 years old. I've never seen anything in Delaware like that, and I've lived in this area all my life. I've never seen a hailstorm that bad.
We did check with PECO tonight, and despite the rough weather, they say their system held up pretty well. They are only dealing with a few scattered outages. We're live tonight in Claymont, Delaware. George Spencer, NBC10 News.
Thanks, George. Take a look at this. Just like that, it was gone. As soon as the storm passed, we had bright skies, even this rainbow here over northeast Philadelphia. The last of the rain is on its way out.
NBC 10 First Alert meteorologist Sheena Parveen is tracking what's left. Sheena.
Yeah, after a day full of hailstorms and also a tornado warning across the area, we don't have much left at all, which is good news. A little bit of rain up around the Lehigh Valley, but a majority of the rain that we're seeing left over is in parts of New Jersey, moving through Gloucester County into also Atlantic County, parts of Cape May County. It's on the heavier side where you see the orange coloring, but nothing compared to what we had earlier today. Here is a closer look of what we had at 4:50 this afternoon. Tornado warning through Kent County in Delaware. Hartley was the area that was most hit by this because of the strong wind. So all of that weather has moved out. The severe threat is gone for now. As you wake up tomorrow morning, around 61 degrees, it will be cool, but also on the dry side, so that will be good. 10 a.m. in the morning, mid-60s, and as we get closer to noon, around 70 degrees. But there is more rain in the forecast. Another chance of thunderstorms into the weekend. We'll take a look at that with your Memorial Day forecast coming up.
The damaging hail cracked the windshield of a plane coming into Philadelphia International Airport from Orlando. The U.S. Airways pilot declared an emergency as it flew through the hailstorm. The plane landed safely. No one was hurt.
South Jersey didn't escape Mother Nature's wrath either. Hail pounding the sidewalks today here in Cumberland County. Viewer from Millville shared this video with us. And take a look at these pictures from Woodstown, Salem County. There was so much hail at this house, you really needed to use a shovel. Scenes from across the Delaware Valley flooded social media tonight.
NBC 10's Keith Jones sorted through them and shows us some of the best.
So many people took pictures and video. Many were surprised at the system. Some cities saw hailstorms just like this, relentless, but lasting only 2 or 5 minutes. If you take a closer look, hail the size of golf balls, causing some major damage. This is up in Reading. The hail was so severe, though, it shattered this car's back window. We have countless examples of this. You also see dents all over this trunk. And there were dents all over this car. This is in Delaware County in Morton. There's just no fix for this. I'll leave you with this shot. Some great perspective. That's a quarter right there, surrounded by 2 hailstones. That's how big these hailstones were. The storms lasted 2 or 3 minutes, but did a heck of a lot of damage. Keith Jones, NBC 10 News.
And you've been sending us great pictures all day long of hail and storm damage. We put them into a gallery on our website. You can see them all at NBC10.com.
A local teacher married with kids is behind bars tonight, charged with having sex with one of her students. 33-year-old Jessica Streeper is accused of having sex with a 14-year-old boy she taught in her middle school classroom. NBC 10's Nefertiti Jacquez is live at Eisenhower Middle School in Norristown tonight with more. Nefertiti.
Well, Jacqueline, police say that they have evidence that shows that this teacher had an inappropriate and sexual relationship with this student. Tonight, parents who were notified by the school district of the situation tell us that they're upset that this could possibly happen. In video obtained from the Times-Herald, you can see Jessica Streeper cuffed with her head bowed as she walked into court for her first meeting with a judge. The 33-year-old math teacher at Eisenhower Middle School has been arrested for allegedly having sex with a 14-year-old student.
I was very surprised when I heard it was our district.
As word started to spread, parents and relatives of other children at the school became increasingly concerned.
She's there to take care of the children, not to destroy them.
The investigation began 3 days ago when the Norristown Police Department got an anonymous tip that something didn't seem right. Detectives were able to determine that during this school year, the married mother of two had allegedly engaged in a sexual relationship with a boy in her class. Police say Streeper had sex with the victim on several occasions after she picked him up from his home in Norristown. They say she had sex with the boy in her car and in her home in Doylestown. Sources working this case tell us the teacher originally told police she had done nothing wrong before eventually confessing.
It bothers me that this kind of stuff is going on.
Now, Streeper has been charged with institutional sexual assault amid other things. She was given a $100,000 bail. As a condition of that bail, she cannot make contact with the victim or any other minors that are not her own children. We're live in Norristown tonight. Nefertiti Jacquez, NBC 10 News.
New at 11, the same predator may be responsible for attacks on two women in Mayfair over the past month. The first attack happened on Distance Street on April 25th. Police say a 23-year-old woman was sexually assaulted in a back driveway by a man who threatened her by placing an unknown object to her neck. Then last Saturday, a 29-year-old woman was attacked in a driveway on Wellington Street by a suspect who also put some sort of object to her neck. A neighbor was able to intervene and the woman was let go. The attacker, though, still on the loose.
Also new at 11, some neighbors in Port Richmond were evacuated tonight after police discovered a meth lab inside a home. The bomb squad and hazmat teams were called to the 4200 block of East Thompson Street. Two people were arrested. We just checked and the scene is now cleared. People have been allowed back into their homes.
A dangerous show and tell at a South Jersey middle school.
Tonight, what police say a student brought from home and tried to sell to classmates.
And 5 months, no action until NBC 10 gets involved. Tonight, neighbors finally get a fix for a community eyesore.
And we're watching the rain leaving the area now. No more hailstorms in the forecast for tonight, but we do have some rain in the forecast as we start off your Memorial Day weekend. So I'll show you that from the shore to the Poconos. That's straight ahead.
Plus, more sights, sounds, and consequences from today's hailstorm. An umbrella can't help when the weather is wild like this. There was hail mixed in with the rain today at the Lehigh Valley Mall in Whitehall Township. And check this out, a street outside the same mall completely flooded. NBC 10 viewer Heather Daly sent us this video of a newly formed lake filled with hail, resembling an Arctic ice flow. This water has receded tonight.
And let's go to Westchester. So much hail fell on the lacrosse field, it canceled the girls' high school playoff game between Westchester East and Harriton. You can see the hail covering the ground here as the girls pack up to leave in the parking lot. The NBC 10 First Alert Weather Radar shows better weather ahead. Sheena's Memorial Day weekend forecast is just ahead.
Two 12-year-olds in Burlington County are facing serious charges tonight. The boys are accused of selling prescription sleeping pills to students at Riverside Middle School. At first, police say they were giving away Ambien to some students. Later, they decided to sell the pills. It's believed one of them got the Ambien from home.
A federal judge has ruled Occupy Philadelphia protesters can go forward with a lawsuit against the Philadelphia Police Department. More than 24 protesters sued after they were acquitted of criminal charges stemming from their clash with police back in November 2011. Philadelphia police arrested the demonstrators as they marched through downtown after they say they complied with the city's request to move their camp from outside City Hall. Their lawsuit accuses police of unlawful arrest and civil rights violations.
The latest on this week's landmark ruling that struck down the ban on same-sex marriage in Pennsylvania. Wedding bells will ring in about 45 minutes at midnight on the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Here's a look at those famous steps. Ashley Wilson and Lindsay Vandermeer will tie the knot with a judge officiating. And judges of the 1st Judicial District are making themselves available this weekend to perform weddings in the mayor's reception room. Tomorrow, the judges will be available from noon until 2 p.m. On Saturday, they will officiate weddings from 10 a.m. until noon.
Now to the water worries in Montgomery County. A boil water advisory remains in effect tonight for 6 communities: Lower Providence, East and West Norriton, Worcester, White Marsh, and Whitpain, all on the list. But late this afternoon, the first test of the water came back clean. Now, if a second test comes back clean as well tomorrow, all restrictions, including those at restaurants and stores, will be lifted.
This neighborhood nuisance in one Philadelphia community is finally getting attention after we reported about this problem last night at 11. Today, crews started to patch up the 3200 block of G Street in Kensington. The street was blocked off and filled with trash and debris since a sinkhole opened up 5 months ago. The street then became a hub for drug dealers and a safety concern for neighbors. After Denise Nakano's report last night, the Philadelphia Water Department now says the street will be open to traffic by late tomorrow, and contractors will make final repairs the first week of June.
Now, your NBC 10 First Alert weather with meteorologist Sheena Parveen.
Well, the good news is the severe threat is out of the area right now. We do not expect any severe weather overnight. And the showers are, in fact, ending across a large portion of our area. Few left, but overall we're seeing big improvements. Cooler temperatures as we go through tomorrow. In the afternoon will only be around 70 degrees. And then we look ahead, of course, to the weekend forecast. Some of you may be starting your Memorial Day weekend tomorrow. So in just a minute, I do have the forecast for the shore and the Poconos. Right now in Philadelphia, 65 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. So big change from what we saw earlier with all the thunderstorms around. And again, most of the area is on the dry side. So here's a look at the radar. Some showers through parts of the Lehigh Valley, in parts of South Jersey. These are small, heavy showers, so they're pretty isolated at this hour. Right north of Pittsgrove, moving through parts of Gloucester County into Salem County. This is one heavier shower, and also down into parts of Atlantic County closer to the shore. Northampton County seeing one heavy shower here right near more north of Phillipsburg. This one is not severe, but it is, again, containing heavy rain. That will continue to slide into parts of Upper Bucks County. Now, here's a look at the hail reports from today. We all have seen pictures and images of the hail. If you had not seen it in person, which much of the area did, through Reading, that's where we had a lot of hail reports up into the Poconos, Lehigh Valley. That's where you see all these little blue dots are the hail reports. Chester, Delaware County into South Jersey. Millville, of course, saw quite a bit of hail, and that was all from today, only within a couple of hours' time. Future weather, though, here continues to clear us out for tonight. Starting off tomorrow morning, we will be starting on the dry side. Through the afternoon, we still have a chance of showers. Nothing like today, though. Then as we go into the weekend to start your Saturday, it's going to be dry in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we do have a chance of showers, maybe even a couple thunderstorms, too. For tonight, though, the showers are ending. Upper 50s Philadelphia, low 50s north and west. Tomorrow, a windy and cooler day. A few scattered showers in the afternoon, low 70s. As far as the shortcast is concerned, if you are heading there for your Memorial Day weekend, tomorrow, chance of showers, same thing Saturday, Sunday, and Monday will be on the drier side. And then as we go into Saturday, the afternoon showers hang around, even up in the Poconos. We'll see some showers, mid-60s, but then ending out the weekend Sunday and Monday, mid to low 70s. Same thing as we go into Sunday if you're hanging around Philadelphia or the surrounding suburbs. 80 degrees Sunday, 84 Monday, more sunshine into the forecast. And then we'll see thunderstorms return as we go into Tuesday. So as of now, regardless of if you are hanging around the city, the shore, the Poconos, wherever you are, the second half of your Memorial Day weekend does look to be the best, both Sunday and Monday. Developing sunshine, warming temperatures, mid-80s Monday, so it looks pretty good.
Just an unbelievable day today with what we saw.
It's going to be a big change within the next 24 hours comparing today to yesterday and tomorrow at this time.
A welcome change.
Yeah, let's calm things down, shall we? Thanks, Sheena. All right, so you want to be an Eagle, a clue that might help, John Clark?
Yeah, we're going to tell you a very specific thing that Chip Kelly and the Eagles are looking for in players that they bring here. And thanks to Marlon Byrd's home run, the Phillies nearly snuck out of Miami with a win. We've got the highlights next.
This is the Xfinity Sports Desk, brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports.
Hey, I'm John Clark. The Phillies are back home tonight after losing their series in Miami today. But look at this. Jimmy Rollins in the third. He passes Richie Ashburn for second on the team's all-time hit list. Hard to believe, Harry. J-Roll is 16 behind the all-time leader, Mike Schmidt. Now let's jump to the seventh. Marcell Ozuna had a grand slam last night. How about a two-run shot today off Hamel? So the Marlins had a 3-0 lead. But now 3-1 in the eighth. Marlon Byrd. How about this monster shot here? Two-run bomb ties up the game. Marlon Byrd with 6 RBIs over the last 4 games. But in the ninth, Jake Diekman gives up his 4th hit of the inning. Christian Yelich, walk-off hit. Phillies lose 4-3. They start a series with the Dodgers tomorrow, and it's right here on NBC 10 at 7 o'clock. Phillies pre- and post-game live will be on Comcast Sportsnet. Hey, we keep discovering more methods to Chip Kelly's madness. The Wall Street Journal reports the Eagles have been targeting college graduates in their drafts. Of the 7 Birds draft picks this year, 6 are on their way to getting their degrees. And there was a record number of college juniors in the NFL draft, but the Eagles, they specifically went after players who complete college. Chip Kelly believes it shows a player's commitment to achieving a goal. He and Howie, they've done research, and it shows the more successful teams in the NFL have the most college grads. The Journal reports this past Super Bowl, the Seahawks and Broncos were 2 of the 3 teams with the most graduates. The team with the fewest, the Jaguars, one of the worst in the NFL. So we asked one of the most intelligent Eagles today about this.
I think it shows kind of a bigger picture, in that Chip and Howie really believe in, like, not only, you know, having good football players, but he wants to bring in well-rounded kind of individuals, and he's showing an interest in, like, caring for people.
And Connor's getting his degree from Temple, and Chip was all excited about that. Sixer center Nerlens Noel should see his first action with the Sixers in the Summer League. We're right back.
Atlantic City announcing a second free concert this summer, this one with Lady Antebellum. The country band will play on the beach Sunday, August 3rd. Blake Shelton will perform a free concert July 31st.
And Yeezy, Kanye West will now headline the Made in America Festival this summer, also performing Kings of Leon, Pharrell, and Tiesto. The festival happens over 2 days on Labor Day weekend on the Benjamin Franklin Parkway.
We're all looking forward to good weather for all those events.
Yeah, starting off the weekend, a few showers in the forecast, but as we continue into your Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, Monday look fantastic. Temperatures in the mid-80s to end it out.
Sounds good.
Perfect. That's NBC 1011. I'm Jacqueline London.
I'm Jim Rosenfield. For Sheena and all of us here, we thank you for watching The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.